What's the pettiest way you ever won an argument with your parents? My mom had one rule that ran our entire house. If you don't ask, the answer is no. She said it about everything. Can I go to the mall? Did you ask? No. Then the answer is no. Can I borrow the car? Did you ask yesterday? No. Then no. By the time I was 16, I'd figured out that asking wasn't the hard part. Timing was. Every Sunday afternoon, my parents watched football together in the living room. Snacks everywhere. Dad yelling at the TV. Mom pretending she wasn't secretly cheering louder than him. That was when they were happiest. So I made a list in my phone called Sunday requests. Need $20 for a school fundraiser? Sunday. Want to sleep over at Emma's house? Sunday. Need permission for a beach trip next month? Sunday. My approval rate jumped from maybe 30% to almost 100%. It worked so well that my little brother started asking me, is this a Sunday question or a Tuesday question? One afternoon, Mom caught me smiling while adding something to the list. What are you writing? Homework. Technically, planning was homework. A week later, she realized what I was doing. You've been saving all your requests for football Sundays? I nodded. The next weekend, she announced a new family rule. No asking for favors while we're watching sport. Okay, challenge accepted. Instead of asking during the game, I started preparing everything beforehand. Permission slips already signed except for her signature. Backpack packed. Gas tank filled. Chore list already finished. Then I'd casually leave everything on the kitchen counter where she'd notice it after the game. Half the time she'd sign whatever paper was sitting there before I even said a word. Dad finally laughed and said, she's marketing now. Mom wasn't amused. Rule update. No leaving paperwork out as hints. Fine. A few weeks later, my friends wanted to go to a Saturday concert. Instead of asking directly, I invited Mom to help me pick an outfit. While we were looking through my closet, she asked, so, what's all this for? Oh, a concert this weekend. You already have plans? I would if you say yes. She blinked. So technically I asked. She sighed. I walked right into that one. Dad nearly spilled his coffee laughing. Then came the biggest challenge. Junior prom. I knew asking at the wrong moment could ruin everything. So I waited until Mom was showing old family photos to my aunt. She got emotional looking at pictures from her own prom. I quietly slid my permission form across the table. She smiled without even reading it. Of course, she signed it. 5 seconds later, she looked down. Wait, Dad couldn't stop laughing. I think we just got played. After that, Mom made one final announcement. No more strategy. If you want something, ask whenever you need to. No trick. Honestly, that sounded terrifying because now there wasn't a perfect moment anymore. A month later, I nervously asked to take a weekend road trip with my debate team. No football game, no family nostalgia, no clever setup, just me asking honestly. Mom looked at me for a second and said, you know, lately you've been responsible enough that I don't feel like I have to decode your plans anymore. She handed me the car keys. Have fun. Just text me when you get there. That surprised me more than any rule she'd ever made. Turns out, all those years I thought I was winning because I found loopholes. The real prize wasn't beating the rules. It was earning enough trust that the rules slowly disappeared. My dad still loves telling people, we didn't raise a sneaky daughter. He grins at me every time. We accidentally raised a political campaign manager.